There's the one-room schoolhouse, and I am back on trail. Should be day 58. Today is a day of cutting across pastures and colonial-era farmland. I think that's the age of the development and some of the development in this area. But I do know it's going to be gorgeous until about mid-afternoon, and then it rains. But still gorgeous, just wet and gorgeous, I guess. Yeah, most of yesterday was up on a ridge, and now we slice across a valley, and we'll be up on a ridge again tomorrow, probably. But as you can see, and then that little cluster of buildings back there is the Settlers Museum, where myself and two other hikers camped last night. We've already had a hiker or two pass through this morning to use the facilities. So how long ago was it? A week and a half, 2 weeks. I was complaining that everything was bleak and dead. The trees were bare, the ground was brown. I wouldn't be able to tell this from summer. I don't know, maybe we outpaced signs of spring, and this is what we're gonna have for the rest of the hike, perhaps. Still a little thin in places, but look at that. But we're at a much lower elevation than we are when we're up on the ridges. This is definitely a valley situation today. Just came over the ridge back there, and now I can hear the interstate, which is I-81. Oh, I can see parking lots and buildings from here too. So we're in the sound shed. Is that a thing? Like watershed? We're in the sound shed of I-81. Should be, gosh, half mile, maybe a mile from the road crossing, which is just before the interstate crossing. So I will have to weigh my options, timing, and situation on whether or not to stop for Mexican. And I'm leaning towards stopping for Mexican because I've hiked through here before. I was not a through hiker, but this Mexican restaurant is talked about and renowned enough to where I feel it's almost an obligation as a through hiker to make that part of the Atkins trail experience. And then just wildflowers everywhere. Decided this is one of the requisite parts of the on-trail experience. Very definition of dive, but they have a veggie fajitas with fake veggie-based lard in all their lard-based recipes, be assured. Hiker, 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 hiker. It's very hot. Be careful. Oh, it's 12:45. I left the Exxon station in the Mexican place about noon. Stopped to chat with some hikers for 10 or so minutes on the trail back there, but hoping to make some headway before the rain started, but I just felt a drop or three. But they're very sporadic at the moment. I do recall this happens a lot in this maintenance club's jurisdiction, but they're asking us to take a plastic bag full of wood shavings to the privy that's in the middle of this section, so we'll see. Well, there's not any wood shavings left, just bags. Hey, that privy is new. I camped here once, and that privy is new, which is nice. As you can see, there used to be a shelter here. There's a foundation, no shelter. There's even steps, although the steps have been flipped around. That is. Here we are. I'm on an 8-month schedule. It took me 2 months to get here. Oh, there. You can see the low clouds over there, but the app said light rain to start in about 10 minutes. And it looked like all the rain, if any, is just going to be light rain. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens. But it was about 10 minutes ago that I looked that up. So haven't really got hit with any yet. mean, about an hour ago, there was some very light sprinkling. It almost doesn't count, but just a few drops. But yeah, at least it's nice and cool. I just took a water and snack break back there at the bottom, the low point on the profile map. But now I'm climbing, although this is 800 feet over a mile and a half at 10%, which is about as comfortable a climb as you could ask for. But the rain was threatening enough to put the token rain cover on, even though it didn't really do anything. Well, and also the rain never happened. You all can thank me for going through the trouble of putting my rain cover on, which caused the rain to not happen. I think that's how it works. 30 minutes, 1 mile from destination. It's kind of that moment where you come down out of the mountain, out of the woods, and it kind of levels off into the meadow. There's a little bit of a transition. I mean, it's kind of still a little rough right here, but you can tell things kind of open up and flatten out all at once. The edge of this meadow is pretty amazing. I mean, the meadow is turned into this, pasture perhaps, at some point in the past. But this row of trees that were planted along the edge, almost like not a hedgerow in the European sense, but certainly a line of trees. I don't even know what they are, pecans. But they are the gnarliest trees. I'm really wonder how old they are.